So I'm not sure about the rest of you, but for me personally, I love it when a movie just so happens, like if there's an ensemble of characters, I love it when there's just one singular character that just kind of personifies all of my feelings about the movie, just like in one character. It's awesome. It's like the movie's doing half my job for me, and it also developed an entire character. It's like a double whammy. Love it. Cue the music. Hey, what's up everybody? How y'all doing today? Welcome back. And today we're talking about a little Netflix movie called Asphalt Burning. And I wasn't kidding a moment ago when I said that there's one character that for the most part encapsulates most of my feelings about the movie. And as for that particular character in question, he's a little bit dumb, he's a little bit chaotic, he's a little bit goofy, but he did make me laugh a few times. And at the end of the day, the guy is very, very good-natured, and he believes in the power of love. And that pretty much sums it up, because sure, the movie, it looks like it's all about, you know, cars and racing and being fast and all that other stuff, which is true. But at the end of the day, it's also really is a love story. So it's a lot like Deadpool in that aspect, except, you know, just without all the blood, destruction, and violence. But I mean, you know, just same difference, whatever. But anyway, the basic plot of the movie, it's about a man and a woman, and you know, they're engaged and they're about to get married. However, before the night that they get married, they're all, you know, it's a big party, everybody's getting hammered and having a good time. But while everybody's partying, the future husband, he starts, getting his sip on, and then he does a couple of things, he makes a couple of mistakes that he probably shouldn't have made. So then the next day, right before they're about to get married, the bride-to-be is, she has an ex-girlfriend from several years ago who just randomly shows up, points out all the things that the future husband did wrong, and then the wedding automatically gets called off. But then after that, the lesbian ex-girlfriend challenges the future husband to a race. She says, hey, be here in 3 days, we'll race for it to figure out whether or not you're worthy enough to marry this lovely lady. And then the movie basically follows the quote-unquote future husband and his merry band of car enthusiasts. It just basically follows all of them and all their like mishaps and hijinks they have on the way to the racetrack. And on the surface, the movie does sound kind of stupid, but honestly, I actually did end up kind of liking the movie. I mean, I kind of wish they would have ended it a little differently, but again, it was kind of fun. And sure, like the character I mentioned earlier, it is wacky, it is a little bit all over the place, and it gets a little fast and furious-y because some of the special effects are just like really got way out of left field. And also, not all the comedy bits worked, but again, the movie was good-natured and it was sincere, and it kind of kept this romantic theme going throughout the movie with more than just the main characters, and I really liked that. And I also liked how the movie kind of set up very little things towards the beginning that were like, to be revisited later, and they weren't quite the way that I was expecting, so I thought some of the writing was a little bit creative. But at the same time, it is still pretty wacky though. Like there's one character who's kind of part of the ensemble, he's an older guy, and something happened. I don't know if it was like an accident or like an explosion happened by his head, but he's not all there, but for some reason he's much better at cars than he was before. You know, it's weird, right? But he ends up being this cute, dumb old guy that, yeah, sure, he causes some problems, but he's fun. He's trying to round it. He wants everybody to be happy. And another thing that was wacky was the ex-girlfriend kind of calls in for reinforcements at one point, and it's very, very blatantly the leader of the guys who are the reinforcements. He's so obviously like a caricature or like a fake version of the lead singer of a very, very prominent metal band, and I thought that was kind of cute. And again, it was really, really stupid, but it was like quirky, and for some reason it didn't bug me at all. And I also liked how the movie was really, really about redemption for the main character, and how, yeah, some people make mistakes, but that doesn't mean they don't still love you. And sure, some of the racing scenes, they're a little ridiculous, they're a little out there as far as physics go, but I thought they were well paced, they were well filmed, like cinematography wise, and I thought they were just very engaging scenes anytime there was a race going on. And sure, some of the comedy bits are a little bit dumb, like, let's be honest. Some of the comedy bits did work, but then there's other ones that were just like, they were silly and like kind of pointless, but at the end of the day, they were sincere. They were positive, I guess. Some of the more notable negatives about the movie, though, are that the movie introduces several different subplots, and by the end of the movie, not all of them are like fully or properly addressed. It told a full story and a full story arc for, the main characters, but like some of the subplots didn't really get rounded off properly, in my opinion, and like the movie left on like sort of a cliffhanger, but not really. But there's like a little thing that happens at the end, and then it just fades to black. And I'm like, huh, there's a there's a couple things that they didn't really finish up, like telling the story. I kind of wish it was a few minutes longer. Like, for example, there's kind of a cat and mouse game going on with a couple of police officers. I don't think they didn't really round it off in a way that I thought was all that satisfying though. But even if some of the subplots weren't fully rounded off, some of them were also a little bit predictable, and that's another thing I didn't really like. Despite the fact that I was legitimately interested in the characters, there were some things I'm like, okay, I can tell what's gonna happen to this character at this point, and then this character is gonna do this at some point. It was a little like, I could see the puzzle before it was put together. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, I thought the movie, it was just upbeat, it was fun, and it just had this really, really positive vibe, and I guess that just kind of rubbed off on me the right way. So all other things being equal, I think for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it I think I'm just gonna give it a 7.0. Sure, it's not perfect, and you know, maybe the storytelling could have been a little bit tighter than that, but at the end of the day, the movie's just cute. Like, it's just a nice little movie with a bunch of cars and love stories and love triangles and whatnot. And I'd say pretty generally, I think I could recommend this movie to most people, just in general. I mean, you don't have to watch it. It's not a must-see, but it's definitely worth a watch. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you even heard of it? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Besides that, if you like the video, you know, like, comment, subscribe, do all the usual YouTube shenanigans. And I will catch you guys next time.